The story begins with an unexpected message from the Xianzhou inviting the Astral Express crew to attend the Luminary war dance ceremony. This invitation comes right after their recent adventures at the family's Charmony Festival, marking another exciting event in their journey. The war dance is being held to demonstrate that the Xianzhou has overcome its recent crisis and returned to peace. Unlike the Charmony Festival, it's mainly focused on martial contests and Starskiff performances, similar to the Tan Roboball contests they previously experienced. The crew splits up for different missions. Himeko and Yang head to Kalinga Abyss to deliver Leviathan fossils to Ruan Mei, while March and Dan Hong are chosen to represent the Astral Express at the war dance ceremony. Upon arriving at Xianzhou, the atmosphere is notably different from their previous visits. The Starskiff Haven is incredibly crowded with visitors, creating an exciting buzz. They meet some Pennaconers looking for tourist attractions to create dream bubbles. Yanqing greets them and explains how the war dance is helping boost morale and attract visitors from other planets. The Xianzhou Alliance, ships Zhuming and Yaoqing, have sent messengers to offer blessings, with mentions of the impressive General Fessa from Yaoqing. Suddenly, chaos erupts as Borison's prisoners appear in Starskiff Haven, leading to an intense conflict. The group helps contain the situation, but this unexpected attack raises serious security concerns with the upcoming war dance ceremony. The incident sparked from a complex situation involving an IPC transport ship attack, a Zhuming diplomatic vessel rescue, and a prisoner transport gone wrong. The crowded conditions at Starskiff Haven contributed to the chaos, causing security protocols to be compromised. There is discussion about gathering information regarding a delicate situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance. The atmosphere is described as being like a calm lake that could be disturbed by even the smallest disturbance, potentially causing far-reaching consequences. The Borison, dangerous werewolf-like monsters, are identified as major threats who have been plundering and enslaving many worlds. Their threat level is compared to the swarm disaster. Though their presence had decreased over recent years, they surprisingly attacked an IPC ship near the Shou Lao, which seems unusually bold. A situation arises regarding a missing sword taken by a young lady. The owner considers filing a lost property report with the Realm Keeping Commission to recover it. The situation seems unclear whether it was intentional or accidental. A meeting occurs with General Jingyuan and guests from the Astral Express. The atmosphere is friendly and casual, suggesting previous connections between the parties involved. General Han is introduced as the Arbiter General of Sieno Shuming, known as the Flaming Heart. Despite being retired, he was called back to duty due to changing circumstances. He is renowned for his expertise in weapon forging and martial skills. Young apprentices are introduced, including Yanqing and Yunlei. An interesting situation develops when it is revealed that Yunlei has Yanqing's sword, leading to tension between the two young warriors. The situation escalates as Yunlei refuses to return the sword, suggesting a duel instead. She criticizes Yanqing's attitude toward his weapon, creating a heated exchange between the apprentices. The discussion shifts to diplomatic matters involving an IPC ship incident. Yanqing is tasked with handling the situation diplomatically, emphasizing the need to respect the IPC's rights while maintaining order. Information about the Cloud Knights is shared, revealing they are trained in both craftsmanship and swordplay. The war dance is described as an open competition where outsiders can participate and make a name for themselves. The conversation concludes with deeper implications about the war dance ceremony. Despite claims of simple attendance, The presence of esteemed generals suggests possible hidden agendas and broader significance beyond mere spectating. The role of Arbiter General carries immense responsibility and historical weight. Despite long service and success, the extended lifespan of the Xianzhou people means past mistakes can eventually resurface. The Marshal appears to be aware of all events on the Lao, and the Merlin's Claw has arrived with specific intentions. The Merlin's Claw, known for punctuality, surprisingly hasn't shown up in person. Instead, her retainers Jiao and Mosa arrive as messengers. They explain their master went to enjoy the view at Scale Gorge Waterscape, promising to apologize later for the delay. The presence of two Arbiter Generals at what should be a simple war dance festival raises suspicions. This unusual gathering suggests deeper motives, possibly connected to investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis and its implications for Jing Yuan's leadership. The situation becomes more complex with the arrival of a Zhuming alchemist who might become the new Cauldron Master. This appointment, combined with the timing of high-ranking visitors, points to growing political tension and pressure on the general. A group heads to the Artisanship Commission to handle an IPC protest. Despite concerns about potential complications, they agree to help deal with the situation, drawing on their past experience with similar conflicts. At the Commission, a heated dispute erupts over detained IPC cargo. The Skyfaring Commission insists on inspecting suspicious items, while IPC representatives strongly resist, citing concerns about proprietary technology and patent protection. The cargo inspection controversy deepens when biological tissue is discovered among the mechanical components. This finding triggers strict alliance regulations requiring detailed examination, despite IPC's continued resistance. Attempts at negotiation reference the Xianzhou Alliance IPC trade consensus regarding intellectual property rights. The IPC representative, Scott, remains adamant about protecting valuable prototypes from the Intelligentsia Guild. The situation escalates into physical confrontation as Scott invokes IPC regulations to protect transport ship property. A battle ensues between IPC workers and Cloud Knights, ending with the IPC forces defeated but showing the serious nature of the cargo dispute. Lingsha, the new Cauldron Master from Sanno Zhuming, arrives at the Alchemy Commission. She received reports about mysterious cargo containing unknown organisms that needed investigation. Her entrance marks an important shift in the ongoing inspection situation at the port. The situation becomes tense as Mr. Scott attempts to avoid cargo inspection. Lingsha cleverly outmaneuvers him by citing regulations that would force the cargo to remain at port for 47 years if not properly inspected. This strategic move puts pressure on Scott to comply. Initial inspection uncovers hidden biological tissues within the cargo, revealing sophisticated wetware technology, a biological nerve control center. This discovery points to possible unethical weapons development by the Intelligentsia Guild, explaining the earlier Borison attack on the ship. The group moves to the Alchemy Commission for tea and discussion. The conversation turns nostalgic as they reflect on the unchanging nature of their homeland, despite recent events and the presence of the Ambrosial Arbor. Lingsha reveals her complex history with the Alchemy Commission, including her mentor's exile to Zhuming and her own involvement. She exposes corruption within the organization, implicating even divine foresight in past controversies. A tense encounter occurs between Yanqing and Yun Li over a stolen sword. Their rivalry becomes apparent through heated exchanges about sword ownership and fighting capabilities, creating an awkward atmosphere at the Commission. To redirect their competitive energy, Lingsha proposes a challenge for Yanqing and Yun Li to eliminate abominations left behind by the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. She cleverly turns their rivalry into productive work by establishing a 1-hour contest to eliminate the most creatures. An intense sword duel takes place between two fighters, with one focused on style and precision, while the other demonstrates raw power. The combatants exchange fierce attacks while taunting each other about their fighting techniques, creating an electrifying atmosphere filled with clashing blades and competitive spirit. The duel escalates as one fighter demands the return of their sword. The opponent responds dismissively, suggesting they are lucky the sword wasn't taken permanently. The exchange becomes heated as they challenge each other to continue fighting, with both showing unwavering confidence in their abilities. A mysterious figure identified as General Fa intervenes in the fight, analyzing their different combat styles, one relying on agility and the other on power. She suggests they properly settle their dispute in the official Wardance ring, rather than fighting informally. The fighters claim they were merely sparring, despite the intensity of their clash. General Fael is revealed to be a renowned military leader known by various titles. The fighters reconcile temporarily, with the sword being returned to its rightful owner. Plans are made to continue their rivalry properly at the seat of divine Foresight under more formal circumstances. The Wardance is revealed to be a show of strength by divine Foresight to demonstrate prosperity after a crisis. However, concerns arise about the massive gathering potentially breeding disorder and chaos. The Cloud Knights maintain vigilance while military and political tensions simmer beneath the surface. At the seat of divine Foresight, important introductions are made regarding guests who helped uncover conspiracies and defeat dangerous enemies. Despite doubts within the alliance, their loyalty and achievements are recognized, including victories against abominations and rescue missions that proved crucial for maintaining stability. Preparations for the Wardance are discussed, including a special sword case meant to hold a legendary weapon. The upcoming event will feature various contests, with the Ringmaster's Challenge as the main attraction, where skilled warriors from across the cosmos will compete to showcase their martial arts prowess. A delegation is expected to deliver a special sword, and Elder Han plans to award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The sword would make a perfect gift, especially since Yanqing, an excellent swordmaster, will represent the Lawu as Ringmaster. This sparks a competitive discussion between Yanqing and another contestant about who deserves the sword. Elder Han proposes an interesting challenge to resolve the tension. Instead of just competing, the contestants must take on an apprentice who will participate in the Wardance and win at least one match. This approach emphasizes the importance of passing on skills rather than just winning. The idea is to promote teamwork and valuable lessons for both teacher and student. March is suggested as the apprentice, though she expresses initial hesitation due to being a complete beginner at swordplay. Despite her concerns about potentially learning competing master special moves, she is assured that mastering basic fundamentals is more important than learning special techniques, which would take years to perfect anyway. The real motivation behind Elder Han's suggestion is revealed. He wants to evaluate if the crew's capabilities match their reputation as mentioned in the Laos operations log. The Wardance will serve as an opportunity to assess their skills firsthand. Additionally, they will need to attend a future meeting with General Shah to address any questions and doubts. A reunion occurs between General Fessa and Yukon after 30 years. They reminisce about their past roles, Fessa as a Verdant Knight's vanguard and Yukon as a Rainbow Orbit fleet pilot. Their conversation reveals Fessa's continued success and stable health, maintained by a dedicated healer from the Alchemy Commission. The conversation turns serious as they discuss the Arbor's rebirth and its implications. The situation has sparked fear among elders about potential abomination resurgence. Various complications are mentioned, including the reappearance of Jing Liu with an outworlder and accusations against Jing Yuan regarding alliance principles and the Lunar Crescent incident. A commitment has been made to teach Cloud Knight swordplay for participation in an upcoming Wardance competition. The master expresses some uncertainty about teaching, but emphasizes the importance of dedication and proper training. Both parties acknowledge some apprehension about this new teaching arrangement. Training begins in the Palace of Astrum's back garden. Two masters are involved, Master Yi and Master Yun Li. There's some friendly competition between them regarding teaching methods and approaches. Both masters present special gifts to help with training. One provides beautiful Tsino clothing designed specifically for sword practice, featuring perfect tailoring for precise movements. The outfit includes thoughtful accessories to enhance the training experience. A pair of beginner-friendly swords is presented as an additional gift. Though not custom-made, they were carefully selected to suit a novice swordsperson. The situation becomes somewhat competitive between the two masters as they try to outdo each other with their gifts. The first lesson begins with an evaluation of natural movement and fundamental skills. A Cloud Knight instructor is brought in to assess combat abilities. The approach seems intense for a first lesson, but builds on previous archery and martial arts experience. The initial assessment reveals quick hands and flexibility, making the student well-suited for Lafu swordplay. However, there are noted weaknesses in strength and focus. The masters disagree on whether to prioritize improving strengths or addressing weaknesses first. Progress report reveals intensive training under both Cloud Knight sword masters. Despite the strict training regimen, significant improvement in sword skills is noted over just a few weeks. Both masters recognize unique talent in their student. Training shows impressive results with growing confidence in upcoming Wardance performance. The masters express pride in their students' rapid progress, though they continue their friendly rivalry. A healer named Jiao from Shou Yaoi appears, bringing an interesting perspective on martial arts training. They compare sword techniques to cooking methods, suggesting that matching teaching styles to natural abilities leads to optimal results. The conversation takes an unexpected turn as Jiao reveals knowledge about a powerful medicine called tumble dust. This substance demonstrates the dual nature of healing and harm, leading to some tension in the discussion about preferred methods of conflict resolution. During combat, concepts of honor and sinisterness become irrelevant as survival takes precedence. The battlefield transforms all notions of integrity and treachery into meaningless considerations when faced with the primal drive to stay alive. The Sky Splitter, a decommissioned military vessel, will host the Wardance ceremony. As a Cloud Knight representative, extensive training involved 10,000 daily sword swings and thrusts. Despite numerous victories, a devastating defeat by a powerful opponent shattered confidence and introduced true fear. After experiencing defeat, questions arose about the purpose of wielding a sword. Through self-reflection, the realization emerged that the joy comes from giving maximum effort and pressing forward against any obstacle. This personal revelation provides meaning beyond just meeting others' expectations. A complex history with cursed swords drives the motivation to prevent weapons from falling into unworthy hands. This backstory connects to challenging the Wardance ringmaster to protect a precious sword from potentially dangerous wielders. During what should have been a simple tour, suspicious activity is discovered in the restricted Stargazer Navalia area. Strange individuals wearing official uniforms but acting suspiciously discuss secret plans involving beast ships and missions. The suspicious group moves cargo crates while discussing escape plans via freight skiffs. Their behavior suggests they are infiltrators rather than legitimate officials, despite wearing official uniforms from various departments. The infiltrators reveal plans involving multiple Starskiffs and coordination with beast ships beyond checkpoints. Their discussion mentions the revival of an ancient bloodline, suggesting a larger conspiracy. Upon discovering observers, they turn hostile and attack. During an intense confrontation, it was revealed that some individuals previously thought to be Foxian were actually Borisians in disguise. They had somehow managed to perfectly alter their appearances to be indistinguishable from Foxians, even obtaining official IDs from various organizations, including the Skyfaring Commission and Cloud Knights. A concerning discovery was made that the Borisian infiltration of Xianzhou was far more extensive than initially thought. Their presence, compared to finding a cockroach, suggested there were likely many more hiding within Xianzhou, with potentially larger plans beyond information gathering. General Shah of the Xianzhou Yaoqing introduced themselves to visitors from the Astral Express. The general mentioned having gathered extensive information about the guests through various sources, including the Skyfaring Commission reports. The discussion turned to the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, which was noted to be less destructive than typical Ruin Legion attacks. The general expressed interest in understanding some missing details from the official reports and requested honest answers to potentially challenging questions. The conversation revealed that Don Shu, motivated by revenge for a friend killed during the Fungus War, had made extensive preparations within the Alchemy Commission. Unfortunately, after her death, many questions remained unanswered about how she bypassed security measures. General Shah raised concerns about three main issues: the unchecked growth of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, the trust placed in Stellaron Hunter's prophecy, and the timing of the Wardance following the crisis. These points were discussed as potential derelictions of duty. A plan was proposed to transfer Julli, the brood lord of the Borisians, to Xianzhou Yaoqing for imprisonment. This decision was made in response to growing Borisian activities and the need for preemptive action. The transfer arrangements were to be handled by Lieutenants Jiao and Madza. The scene opens at the Shackling prison, which spans multiple delves and intersects with the ancient sea. A visitor is being welcomed into the facility, highlighting the unique layout and security measures in place. The prison has different sections, one underwater and one in the clouds. There is discussion about previous escape attempts and warnings about the consequences of trying to break free, which could result in centuries of imprisonment. Shi, representing the Incarceration Division, arrives to inspect the conditions of Hula, a Borison criminal. Hula is notorious for causing over 2,000 wars and is considered the arch-nemesis of the Foxen people, currently imprisoned in the Forest of Swords. Important details about Hula are revealed. He has survived centuries without food and possesses unusual healing abilities that allow him to endure the Forest of Swords punishment, which typically kills others within 3 days. Visitors must take special medication to protect against Hula's Lup toxin, a fear-inducing pheromone that historically helped Borisons control others. This precaution is mandatory for all prison visits. Judge Hana from the Interrogation Division joins the group, establishing strict protocols for the visit. The atmosphere becomes more formal as they prepare to enter deeper into the prison. Suspicious cargo is discovered. IPC transport ship materials and mechanical devices resembling Borisons. This raises concerns about potential security threats and forbidden technology within the prison. Chaos erupts as mechanical devices activate unexpectedly, leading to an emergency situation. The machines show aggressive behavior similar to Borison's, suggesting a coordinated prison break attempt. The group reaches Hulei's containment area. It is revealed that representatives from Yaoqing visit every century to check on his imprisonment, though attempts to execute him have consistently failed. A plot twist occurs as Moktok, claiming to be from the Rhino Pack, reveals himself as part of a prison break operation. The situation becomes increasingly dangerous as multiple threats emerge. Hulei is finally encountered, and Moktok is revealed as his descendant. They discuss their escape plan, which involves a 2-hour window and disguises to avoid detection. The escape plan is set in motion, with Hulei agreeing to take disguise medication despite considering it beneath him. They prepare to leave, taking a Yaoqing envoy as a hostage to aid their escape. The prison is in chaos, as Ingenium enemies cause heavy casualties. Iron Wolves have released criminals from their cages, and communications are jammed. Prison wardens are regrouping to handle the situation, with orders to apprehend all intruders, dead or alive. The nether key mechanism has been activated, suggesting activity at the bottom of the prison. The situation is unusual, as the coordinated attack seems too sophisticated for typical Borison tactics. Guards are splitting up to secure each floor, while trying to reach the bottom of the prison quickly before being overwhelmed by enemies. Spiritfarers are using forbidden engineered devices to navigate through the prison due to the emergency. The activated nether key creates urgency to reach the bottom level before it's too late. Evidence shows that she sacrificed herself but can return through the Hall of Karma. The Ying messengers are being held hostage by the intruders and Hulei, creating a diplomatic crisis between the Ying and Lao that requires immediate resolution. One Ying messenger escaped while another was taken hostage. There are multiple groups of intruders, including invisible ones, complicating the situation. A messenger in bird form manages to slip out to deliver news to the outside world. The infiltrators are identified as wolf cubs and Mara-struck soldiers, using techniques similar to those of Venti's Viatar. Wasa, a Ying guard, explains the enemy's plan to seal off the prison to keep their escape secret. The judge takes responsibility for stopping Hulei's escape, planning to seal the gate and fight the Borison, while others hide and wait for backup. The situation becomes increasingly dire as they race to reach the gate. Hulei reminisces about past conflicts while holding the Ying messenger hostage. The messenger attempts to negotiate, claiming valuable knowledge about the CNO and mentioning Jinglu's return to provoke Hulei. Reports confirm a prison revolt with Hulei missing and no news of the Ying messengers. The situation reveals deeper conspiracies involving the ruined legion and poses a significant threat to the CNO alliance from both abominations and destruction itself.